This is News 8 Now at noon.
Good afternoon and thank you for watching News 8 Now. I'm Sophia Pullman. Early in-person voting begins today. You can vote at City Hall until 4 this evening and from 8 a.m. to 4 through this Thursday. Hours are the same next week except for Friday when polls are open from 8 to 5. Remember to bring a photo ID or a proof of residence if you need to register. If you received an absentee ballot in the mail, you can return it during these hours, but do not use the drop box outside City Hall. The candidates for the open Wisconsin Supreme Court seat engage in their only debate today. Former Justice Daniel Kelly and Milwaukee County Judge Janet Protasiewicz will meet at the State Bar Center in Madison at 12:45. Our sister station in Madison will be airing the debate today at 4 p.m. Both candidate campaigns have been ramping up attack ads in the last few weeks. When Kelly visited La Crosse earlier this month, he called Protasiewicz a politician dressed in a black robe. Protasiewicz has been vocal in her support of abortion rights, which has become a main topic with the lawsuit currently challenging Wisconsin's 1849 abortion ban. The election's winner will determine the court's majority. Democratic lawmakers representing the Coulee region hosted a listening session to hear what the public wants to be a priority in the next state biannual budget. La Crosse residents went with State Senator Brad Pfaff and La Crosse Assemblywoman Jill Billings to discuss concerns from housing and school funding to public transportation. Pfaff says a night like this is a reminder for lawmakers to take time to hear concerns from voters who aren't always the most vocal.
I hear an awful lot about the importance of, shared revenue. I hear an awful lot about the importance of education, of good roads and bridges, to make sure that we have lower prescription drug costs. Those are issues I hear a lot about, but there's other issues as well.
Several participants also brought up Medicaid costs, the difficulties of voting for people with disabilities, and challenges caused by roundabouts, especially for those with visual impairments. The Republican-controlled Budget Committee is working on their version of the budget to eventually send to the governor for revisions. Derek, what's the weather going to look like today?
Yeah, so basically we are tracking cloudy skies outside right now. We're also tracking a few light snow showers that are existing well to the north around the Chippewa Valley area, and those showers are actually drifting their way towards the north. So if you're listening here in La Crosse, don't expect any snow. Now, if that is a little bit different here, if you are north here, just north of the Eau Claire area, again, into the Chippewa Valley, such as areas like Bloomer, also northern Clark County, into Rusk County, you're looking at some snow approaching you, and that type of area here as well. Again, this is all moving towards the north, but other than that, current conditions are pretty quiet, but also pretty cloudy for everyone else. Temperatures are currently into the 30s and 40s. La Crosse is currently at 42. Eau Claire, where we do have some of that snow, is currently at 32. Black River Falls at 36 degrees. Notice the warmer air down south thanks to that warm front. 46 in Prairie du Chien and just shy of 50 if you're in Boscobel. So here's what we can expect really for most of us at least. Mostly cloudy skies throughout the remainder of the afternoon. A few snow showers mainly focused to the north. Other than that, seasonable temperatures and light east to southeast winds today, around 5 to 10 miles an hour or so. Stay tuned. I'll have a check on that full weather forecast coming up in a bit, and we'll talk more about if we have any more precipitation chances this week. Sophia?
A new study emphasizes the damaging effects of forever chemicals known as PFAS. According to the study from the Environmental Health Perspective Journal, PFAS in the blood of children had a big impact on child development, including a change in metabolism and hormone function. They say that the state has to invest in removing these chemicals from everyday surfaces and items.
For additional testing of private wells to make sure that we can have remediation of these private wells, to make sure that we put in place a filtration system so we can screen out this PFAS, this forever chemical, and we need to make sure that we find a long-term proper disposal of these forever chemicals.
Governor Evers called for a $100 million investment into PFAS prevention and awareness efforts in his budget proposal. Pfaff says he's hopeful the legislature will be on the same page. Toma Health is joining a UW-Madison program to address a rural shortage of pharmacists. UW launched the Advanced Pharmacy Experience in 2021 to rotate students in their fourth year into rural pharmacies to get hands-on experience with a supervisor. Toma Health is one of several participating healthcare facilities in Wisconsin, and the organization is introducing their newest addition to the program tomorrow. Today in Viroqua, the new Viroqua Area Schools Early Learning Center will be unveiled. The ribbon-cutting ceremony will be at 10 a.m. this morning, and government officials, including State Senator Brad Pfaff and Governor Evers, will be in attendance. The Department of Children and Families will also be in attendance. Staff are excited to finally showcase the new facility and are happy to open its doors to the public. A stretch of La Crosse's South Avenue will close for 2 nights later this week, Thursday and Friday from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. The segment of South Avenue between Jackson Street and Ward Avenue will close while crews do some utility work. Drivers should use Jackson Street and Losey Boulevard to avoid the closure. Still to come today at noon, Amazon is cutting 9,000 more jobs after laying off 18,000 employees in January. That story is next in today's Money Watch. U.S. stocks jumped Monday after the news that Swiss banking UBS will purchase a rival credit, a move meant to restore confidence in the banking sector. CBS News' Chanel Call has the latest business news headlines from New York.
President Biden issued his first veto yesterday. He rejected a bill that would have done away with the Labor Department rule that allows retirement plan managers to consider environmental, social, and governance, or ESG factors in their investments. In a statement, the president said financial managers should be able to consider any factors that maximize returns for retirees. Republicans had criticized the rule, saying it unfairly penalizes industries like oil and gas. A major tech giant is gearing up for another round of layoffs. Amazon says it plans to cut 9,000 jobs in just the next few weeks. That follows the 18,000 layoffs the company announced last January. In a company memo, Amazon CEO said the company had not yet identified who would be laid off and that those decisions would be made next month. And nearly 24 state attorneys general sent a letter to Hyundai and Kia demanding they take action to stop a rash of thefts of their cars. From 2011 to 2022, the two South Korean carmakers opted not to equip their vehicles with engine immobilizers. That's an anti-theft device standard in other new cars. The two automakers have rolled out free anti-theft software updates for millions of their vehicles, and Kia issued thousands of wheel locks. In some states, major insurers, including Progressive and State Farm, have stopped covering some Hyundai and Kia models from certain years due to the uptick in targeted thefts. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Chanel Call.
As we head to break, here is a live look at the New York Stock Exchange. Stay with us, more news is next. A concerning increase in highly contagious fungal infections and what patients want from their doctors no matter what. Nicole D'Antonio has some of the day's top health stories.
Most patients prefer immediate access to medical test results, even if it's bad news. New findings in JAMA Network Open looked at more than 8,000 patients who used an online patient portal and found most wanted results right away, even if their doctor had not yet reviewed them. A small number said they experienced more worry after receiving abnormal results. A fungus considered an urgent resistant threat spread at an alarming rate in U.S. healthcare facilities in 2020 and 2021. The new CDC report shows a concerning increase in cases of Candida auris, with resistance to the most recommended treatment. C. auris is usually not a threat to healthy individuals, but can cause severe infections with high death rates in hospitalized patients and nursing home residents. And pregnant women who suffer minor injuries in traffic collisions are at an increased risk for potentially dangerous birth complications. A study published in the journal Injury Prevention found those complications can include dislodgement of the placenta, heavy bleeding, and the need for a C-section. Those are some of the day's top health stories. Nicole D'Antonio, CBS News, Washington.
Here is a live look through City Cam 8. Derek is in next with our forecast.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Looking at mainly cloudy skies, basically left off what we had this morning, which was those mainly cloudy weather conditions. So really not a whole lot of changes to work with here so far. 42 degrees, that current air temperature that we're dealing with. Visibility at 10 miles, river stage 5.65 feet and rising along the Mississippi. Meanwhile, here in Eau Claire, we're looking at cloudy skies here as well. Temperatures at the freezing mark of 32 degrees. We're looking at easterly winds here at around 14 miles an hour. So you can, as you can see, mainly cloudy weather conditions. But if you look to the north over the last hour or so, been tracking some light snow showers here. Very narrow line of snow showers across our northern tier around the Chippewa Valley. And all these snow showers, though, are slowly moving their way towards the north. So they're heading in the general direction right now of Ladysmith here, because as you can see, areas like northern Dunn County into Chippewa, Bloomer, also into northern Clark County, already dealing with some of that snow. And again, moving north here into the general direction of Rusk County as we speak. And they're actually forming off a weak frontal boundary. This is a stationary front right now, so it's really not moving a whole lot, but we do expect a warm front to develop off of this and move north, which is why those snow showers are kind of feeling that already as it continues to move north, that warm front that is. We're also watching a trough of low pressure back towards the west, which is going to be our next weather maker to give us our next system to work with for tonight and also into tomorrow. But for today, the rest of your day planner, mostly cloudy, 48 degrees by 3 o'clock, 46 in cloudy skies as we head towards 5. By 7, we're still pretty cloudy, temperatures at around 45 degrees. So as you can see on Sky Tracker, those snow showers to the north will continue to lift north and out of the viewing area by 3 o'clock, and then we're just left over with mainly cloudy skies. Could see some peaks of sun here in some spots around 3 o'clock as well before those clouds redevelop and move north across the area here today. And you can see pretty much throughout the rest of the day, skies will continue to remain cloudy and well into this evening as well. We're still looking at overcast conditions. This is our next feature we're watching that's actually associated with that trough of low pressure back to the west, giving us the rain showers here as we head into overnight tonight, probably around 1 o'clock or so. Some locations, or most locations rather, looking at some rain, while our northern locations looking at some snow. And we'll continue to watch this here through at least 5 o'clock, because that is when it should begin to exit the viewing area by tomorrow morning. And then really the rest of the morning tomorrow is just going to feature mainly cloudy skies, so kind of like a rinse and repeat type of cycle there. And really the rest of the day tomorrow is going to be mainly cloudy as well, with temperatures in the 30s north, 40s, and everywhere else down south. So that trough of low pressure continues to develop towards the west. Here's that warm front that I talked about lifting north. By 12 o'clock, we do expect a cold front here tomorrow to take shape. Out ahead of it, maybe some rain, maybe even a little bit of snow here to work with as we head into tonight and through early tomorrow. And then after that, we're going to be watching our next week system. You can see a narrow area of snow showers, maybe even mixing in with a little bit of rain here as we head into early Thursday. And then that is going to exit out of here as we head into Thursday afternoon, thanks to an area of high pressure that will be setting up to the north, and that will help get rid of the remaining precipitation. And we're left over with some drier conditions to work with thanks to high pressure by the late end of this work week, as you'll see there on the 8-day forecast. In fact, Friday, probably not as cloudy, partly cloudy, and then we'll be looking at mainly cloudy skies as we head into this weekend. Temperatures, though, pretty seasonable for our highs in the upper 40s to low 50s, and low temperatures mainly into the 20s to low 30s. So overall, not too bad, even though there's a couple days there, as you can see, some precipitation, but overall pretty dry, I would say.
We've definitely had worse.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Can't wait for winter to be over.
Thanks, Derek.
Yeah.
A German brewery is innovating the drinking experience with powdered beer. Their latest product could be a huge step in making the brewery industry sustainable.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
A German brewery is causing a stir with what they claim is the claims is the world's first powdered beer. I got a little too excited about that. While it's a concept some connoisseurs may have trouble raising a glass to, creators say the concept is all about helping the environment. CBS's Tina Kraus has the story from London.
A novel idea is in the hopper at one of Germany's oldest breweries. Brewmasters say the future of beer is here. Just add powder, water, and stir. We've invented a completely new product, says General Manager Stefan Fritzsche. Beer powder like this is the first in the world. Creators say the eco-friendly concept could cut the need for bottles, crates, and kegs, reducing the heavy carbon footprint of beer exports and slashing the weight of deliveries by 90%. Fritzsche says we could save up to 5% of CO2 emissions in Germany alone. Worldwide, it could be a gigantic sum. Makers say the first tastings of the powdered beer, dubbed the driest beer, have been promising, delivering a real beer taste, light or dark, complete with carbonation and the signature froth. But the intoxicating invention is alcohol-free for now. Brewers are hoping to add that element in the final stages before rolling out the powdered potion to the market by the end of the year. Tina Kraus, CBS News.
This same brewery in East Germany invented an anti-aging beer nearly 20 years ago that was released in the U.S., Poland, and South Korea. Stay with us. We will have one more check of your forecast when we return.
A few light snow showers to the north, but the rest of us mostly cloudy. We're watching out for a chance of rain, snow for tonight into early tomorrow, and then yet another chance as we head into tomorrow night into early Thursday for a chance of rain and snow. The rest of the week mainly cloudy, highs in the 40s and 50s and lows in the 20s and low 30s.
Thanks, Derek.
Yep.
And thank you for watching News 8 Now. You can catch us later at 5 and 6. Have a great afternoon.